If you have been researching peptides for muscle building, you have almost certainly come across these two names, CJC-1295 and Ipamorelin. People talk about them like they are the secret weapon for muscle growth, fat loss, and recovery. And the science behind them is genuinely interesting. But I want you to understand exactly what they are, how they work, what the evidence actually shows, and where the real risks are, because those exist too. Let us start from the beginning. What are these peptides? Your body produces growth hormone naturally. It is released in pulses, mostly during deep sleep. Growth hormone supports muscle repair, fat metabolism, tissue healing, and skin quality. As we age, growth hormone levels decline gradually. That decline brings increased body fat, reduced muscle, and slower recovery and poorer sleep. CJC-1295 and Ipamorelin do not replace your growth hormone. They signal your own pituitary gland to produce more of it naturally. That is an important distinction. This is not flooding your body with an external hormone. This is stimulating your body's own natural system in a more physiologic way. How each one works. They work through two completely different mechanisms. That is exactly why they are almost always used together. CJC-1295. It mimics a signal your hypothalamus sends to your pituitary gland. Release growth hormone. CJC-1295 is a longer-acting version of that signal. A single dose keeps growth hormone elevated for up to 6 to 8 days. A human clinical trial in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that CJC-1295 raised growth hormone by 2 to 10 times above baseline for up to 6 days. It raised IGF-1, the muscle-building hormone, by 1.5 to 3 times for 9 to 11 days. With repeated doses, IGF-1 stayed elevated for up to 28 days. No serious adverse reactions were reported in that trial. Ipamorelin. It mimics ghrelin and triggers a rapid, immediate pulse of growth hormone from the pituitary. What makes Ipamorelin special? It does this without raising cortisol or prolactin. Cortisol breaks down muscle and disrupts sleep. Avoiding that spike matters. Together, CJC-1295 provides the sustained baseline. Ipamorelin provides the immediate pulse. The combination produces 3 to 5 times more growth hormone than either compound alone. Muscle, fat loss, and sleep. Let me walk you through what the elevated growth hormone and IGF-1 actually does. For muscle, IGF-1 directly stimulates muscle protein synthesis. It activates satellite cells, your muscle stem cells, which repair damaged muscle fibers, and it reduces the markers associated with muscle breakdown simultaneously. Building muscle is about the balance between growth and breakdown. These peptides appear to shift that balance in a meaningful direction. For fat loss, growth hormone is one of the most powerful drivers of lipolysis, breaking down stored fat for fuel. Studies show growth hormone-releasing peptides can increase basal metabolic rate by 5 to 7%. So, that is your resting calorie burn, elevated simply from hormonal changes, and the fat loss tends to come primarily from visceral fat, the deep abdominal fat most linked to heart disease and metabolic dysfunction. For sleep, a study in the journal Neuroendocrinology found that growth hormone-releasing peptides produced a 25-minute increase in Stage 2 sleep compared to placebo. Stage 2 sleep sets the foundation for deep, slow-wave sleep, which is where your body releases its largest natural pulse of growth hormone. Better Stage 2 sleep means better deep sleep. Better deep sleep means better recovery. For many people, the sleep improvement is the first benefit they notice. The side effects and real risks. I want to spend real time here. because this is the part most content minimizes. Common side effects are generally mild: water retention, mild headaches, skin flushing, slight fatigue in the first week. These tend to settle as your body adjusts. But there are more serious concerns: immunogenicity. The FDA has warned that both CJC-1295 and Ipamorelin carry a risk of immunogenicity. Your body can recognize these as foreign and mount an immune response. In rare cases, this can lead to anaphylaxis, a life-threatening reaction, cardiovascular effects. The FDA has flagged CJC-1295 for the risk of increased heart rate and vasodilatory reactions, flushing, warmth, drops in blood pressure, cancer risk. Growth hormone and IGF-1 stimulate cell growth, all cell growth. For people with an active cancer diagnosis or cancer history, these peptides are contraindicated. For healthy individuals, the long-term risk from sustained IGF-1 elevation is still being studied. We do not have enough long-term human safety data yet to fully rule this out. Other contraindications include pregnancy, breastfeeding, uncontrolled diabetes, and severe heart disease. And both are banned by the World Anti-Doping Agency. If you compete in any tested sport, this is a serious consideration. The regulatory reality: CJC-1295 and Ipamorelin are not FDA approved for general human use. They are classified as research compounds in the United States. The FDA has placed both on a Category 2 list, meaning compounding pharmacies face significant restrictions, preparing them for human use. If you search online, you will find them available through unlicensed research sources, labeled as not for human use. And people are injecting them without any oversight. You have no way to verify purity, concentration, or even if it is the correct compound. Research-grade peptides from online sources are not safe for human use. The only appropriate source, if a physician decides this is right for you, is a licensed, accredited compounding pharmacy with a valid prescription. The right way forward. If this genuinely interests you, here is my honest guidance. Start with your doctor, not just any doctor. A physician who understands endocrinology, hormone optimization, or regenerative medicine. Someone who will actually review your health history, your goals, and your labs before recommending anything. Get your baseline blood work done first: IGF-1 levels, growth hormone, blood sugar, liver function, cardiovascular markers. These are not optional extras, they are essential starting points. You need to know exactly where you are before you consider changing anything. If your IGF-1 is already at the high end of normal, these peptides may not be appropriate for you at all. In fact, pushing IGF-1 higher than it needs to go is where the risk increases significantly. More is not always better, especially with hormones. And please, do not order these from unknown online sources. I understand the temptation. They are easy to find. They look professional. They seem affordable. But you have no way to verify purity, no way to confirm concentration, no way to know if what arrives is even the correct compound. If a physician decides this is genuinely right for your situation, a licensed, accredited compounding pharmacy with a valid prescription is the only safe path forward. The results, when used correctly under proper medical supervision, can be meaningful: better sleep, improved body composition, faster recovery, more energy. But none of that happens safely without the right oversight behind it. That oversight is not optional. It is the whole point. CJC-1295 and Ipamorelin are genuinely interesting compounds. The science is real. The potential is real. But so are the risks. And so is the uncertainty around long-term safety. The difference between a medicine and a risk is one word: supervised. Talk to your doctor. Get your labs done. Make decisions based on your actual health, not what you read online. You deserve better than that. Take care of yourself.